Train 262 Heavy, wind calm, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, caution wake turbulence, previous departure, Heavy 777.
Welcome to Fairbanks, Alaska, or somewhere near Fairbanks, Alaska. It was supposed to be a marina. This doesn't look like a marina. It looks like a gravel strip. Anyway, we're flying a Turbo Beaver because I want to. And nice thing about the Turbo Beaver is its floats have wheels. So the fact that we're not in water actually isn't a bad thing. Just kind of cool. Yeah, I know it has Canadian flag on it. I totally spaced on that bit. So where is the water here? I don't know. Nice looking exterior model. I really like it. It's you can go to Tofino whale watching. So cool looking little aircraft. Oh, that's the tower. Okay, interior wise, kind of strange. Okay, let's back off our gauges a bit here. I did shut it down because that's really the reason why. After World War II, de Havilland, Canada, hired the famous bush pilot Punch Dickens. Serious, Punch Dickens was really his name, as director of sales. It sounds to me like hiring a boxer to be director of sales of a glove company. I don't know. But Punch went out and asked pilots what they needed, and pretty much what came back was they wanted a high power STOL aircraft with the ability to attach wheels, floats, and skis. And the de Havilland engineers were like, well, hey, you put all that stuff on there and you're gonna have a poor cruise speed. Pilots were like, yeah, we know. In fact, one pilot was reported to have said, you only have to be faster than a dog sled. Which sort of makes sense. So let's start up our Control E. Is the auto starter? There she is. Nice turbine power. You gonna start? Oh, here comes the prop. I thought I was about to ask about the prop. Alright, so we got prop here. Let's go ahead and take to the skies. What is this? Is that my prop control? Wouldn't know because it doesn't let me use it. Alright, here we go. To the skies in a Turbo Beaver. Not just a normal Beaver, a turbo model. Oh hey, I need flaps. Crap. In the air, in the air, in the air. Woohoo! Alright, we don't need flaps anymore. I changed my mind. Look at the wheels going in. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so we're supposedly in Fairbanks, Alaska. Oh, hey, look. There's Fairbanks, Alaska. I really meant to go to Anchorage, honestly, but I completely space cadetted on that one. Alright, so the interior. You got room back there for passengers. And some very specific things were added into the Beaver, and then hence the Turbo Beaver, because of what the pilots wanted. Doors on either side, both sides, so they could pull up to either side of the dock without having to worry about, which side the door is on. Also, the doors were made wide enough to roll a 46 imperial gallon drum right into the aircraft, which was a good thing. Look at our plane. Alright, let's slow down a little bit. Production of the Beaver and Turbo Beavers ended in 1967. Now, Kenmore Air, which is actually a company in Flight Simulator X and a company in real life, provides 0-hour fatigue life ratings for Beavers and Turbo Beavers, and has dozens of supplemental type certificates to add all kinds of modifications to Beavers and Turbo Beavers. In fact, aircraft that are modded by the Kenmore Air people are called Kenmore Beavers. Why not, right? Now the Turbo Beaver, Beaver is in the game. You can fly a Beaver stock. The Turbo model is the addition. Now the stock Beaver runs a Wasp radial engine. Those are getting hard to find. The original Turbo Beavers ran Pratt & Whitney PT6A-6 engines, or later on -20 engines, producing 578 horsepower.
Don't sink.
What do you mean don't sink?
Don't sink.
I'm not sinking.
Don't sink.
Where's my...
Don't sink.
Where's my...
Don't sink.
thingamajiggy?
Don't sink.
What? Why do you tell me not to sink? There's no sinking going on.
Don't sink.
Oh my gosh.
Don't sink.
Fine.
Don't sink.
Bugger off. There. Now I'm going to stall the bugger. Alright, there we go. There. Alright. Viking Aircraft Corporation. Out in, I believe they're in Vancouver. They actually went to de Havilland and bought the type certification for the Beaver, the Otter. I think they got the DHC7 as well. They bought all these type certs, and they released a Turbo Beaver, and it's called the DHC-2T, and it runs a Pratt & Whitney PT6A34 with a 680 horsepower. Nice. Plenty of power behind your Beaver. Turboed up. Alright, so let's look at our keys before we figure out where we're going to land. 1 gets me a crappy cockpit. Yay! 2 gets me more of a crappy cockpit. Sweet. 3 radio stack. 4 GPS. Yeesh. GPS. And 5 vertical speed. Hey, I needed that earlier. 6 gets me, that's my Bendix King autopilot, and we got shift 7, we have our airspeed, and 8 is our altitude, and 9, I'm running out of fingers, can't spread that far now. There's our nav. Shift 0? You seriously go to shift 0? You do not go to shift 0. Okay, good. Alright, where are we going to land? Well, we got floats, so I was thinking we were going to go to this island up here. For reasons of, I feel like it.
Gear up for water landing.
Haha, it said gear up for water. It took me a minute to register what it just said. It said gear up for water landing. Look at that. That's cool. And then our gear is indeed up. We're gonna zoom in here and we're gonna scare some people on their boats. Engine is throttled all the way back. Just gonna sort of drift in, I think.
Think rate.
Oh, be quiet, talking
Think rate.
man. You don't know what you're talking about, so go away. Alright.
Think rate.
Hush.
Think rate. Think rate.
he's gonna
Think
end
rate.
up with a hoarse voice after this one.
Think rate. Think rate.
Flap. What annoys me is my flap indicator. See my flap indicator up there on my dash there. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. They could have just taken the freaking cockpit out of the Beaver and reused it. But no, they didn't. So here we are. Max flap. Notice the flap is not just the initial flap, it actually is using ailerons as flap as well. Look at that. Picture perfect landing in the water. Very nice. And I think I can hit Shift E while we're cruising here. Oh, look at that. We can open that up and get a nice, can you smell that nice Alaska water spray coming off our big engine up there? Look at that. Oh, now we're going to just blow it all in the cockpit. Oh well, whatever. You know what? This aircraft, it's such a nice look outside of it. Just absolutely amazing. Alright, I can put those rudders down. Let me find the button. It's got to be around here somewhere. They said it was inside. Oh, down water rudder. you're not going to let me actually use it. Alright, I think it's Control W? That do it? Yes, Control W. Now we got water rudder, so we can maneuver. Goodness knows it's hard to maneuver with your rudder, with your aircraft rudder. Look at that. Oh, she's quick. She's up on plane already. Look at that. Jeez. Alright, where are we going? Alright. Exterior-wise, I love the aircraft. I mean, all the little attention to detail is on the exterior. You know, they've got the little Portofino or Tofino whale watching, and the rudder works. I can hit Control W again and get my water rudder back up. It looks really nice on the exterior. It flies a lot like the Beaver, just much touchier, which I would expect. And also doesn't respond quite as fast, if that makes sense. It's touchier because of the bigger engine, but it doesn't respond as fast because the turbine needs a second to spin up, whereas the Beaver has the big radial engine in it, so it's just immediate. But I don't like the cockpit. I'm really disappointed with the cockpit, especially when we're talking up here in the flaps. There's no flap marker. It doesn't look like it's quite done. But it's so close. It's so close. And it's definitely worth a check out if you are a big fan of amphibious aircraft, or you just want to say that you fly a Turbo Beaver. Some people like saying Turbo Beaver a lot. Turbo Beaver. Until next time, this has been DerTebbers, Turbo Beaver, hanging out here in Alaska. I think I'm going to go fly fishing Turbo Beaver off the side of my Turbo Beaver. I guess that means I need to shut down the engine. So I don't catch any. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going now. Till next time, Turbo Beaver.